say where your earrings have landed.
They've gone to Italy. We've had a couple of Canadians order.
In the United Kingdom.
All over the U.S. too.
What are you learning about running a business?
Working together. I mean, we've all grown, all three of us, understanding each other and figuring things out.
What about you, Ruth? What have you learned about running a business?
Money.
Welcome to Henderson HQ. This is the podcast where you get all the stories behind the businesses that make our community tick. Don't forget to subscribe to our weekly newsletter. Hey, Henderson HQ, very special podcast today as we interview 14-year-old Naomi and 10-year-old Ruth, who have started their own Etsy arts and crafts business. They brought me some free samples, very cool resin stuff, custom earrings, the whole 9 yards. My daughter's already a fan. It was a treat talking to these young business owners as they're learning over the last 6 months how to start a business, how to fulfill orders, how to do customer service. Just a really inspiring story of young entrepreneurs, so enjoy. Hey there, Henderson HQ family. It's Scott Groves with the Henderson HQ newsletter and podcast. I am here with officially our youngest podcast guests. We have Naomi Hope, Ruth Faith, and their mom, Esther. They have a very successful Etsy store where they sell, for those of you that are listening to this instead of watching on YouTube, they do all these awesome resin toys, accessories, decorations. They were kind enough to bring me a tic-tac-toe board, custom made with all these little seashells in the X's and O's. Very cool. So these are our youngest entrepreneurs that we're talking to. And as somebody that has 2 kids that like to start their own businesses, Alina's working on something. My son Gabriel is working on a milkshake business that he sells milkshakes outside of our jiu-jitsu studio on the weekends when there's a lot of people. I want to hear how you young ladies decided to start a business. So maybe we'll start with you, Naomi, because I think you were the first one to start making this stuff. Tell us what you make and how you did it, and then like why you decided to turn it into a business.
So I make different things. I started with resin and I made coasters for like the first big project. And then it went into dominoes and custom pieces. And then just recently I've been starting with clay and making food earrings and holiday earrings, and yeah.
How old are you?
14.
14. And what made you decide to bring in your sister Ruth here into the business?
She copies some of the things that I do. So she joined in like that. So
nice. Ruth, lean into the mic. Tell me how old you are and why you're part of the business.
I'm 10. And because I like my family. I love my mom and my sister.
And how long have you been doing this?
Since we started.
How long ago was that?
6 months ago.
6 months? 6 months, and you guys already have Instagram, Etsy, selling on Facebook. How many items a day or a week or a month are you guys selling?
Well, this month, I think we've sold about 30 items, I would say. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Nice. And you're making these all by hand?
Yes.
And do you have a little mold where you make a lot of them, or are they all one-off? This looks very unique. I'm guessing.
Yeah, those are molds. All resin stuff are molds. Some of the food earrings I make are cutters. Some have mold, but yeah.
So is every piece a little bit custom? Will there never be another tic-tac-toe board that looks exactly like this?
No, some are custom and that's it. And then those ones are we can make and sell those.
Nice. Mom, how did this start?
Well, it did start with Naomi. She did get us a couple years ago. She started giving out gifts for Christmas to our family. We have a large family, and so she started by giving them coasters, like she said. And but then she got me started. So I started also with the resin, and although they are, we can replicate some of the items. They are unique, each one, and you can't ever have the same thing happen. With resin, it's kind of, since it is liquid, it can be it's fluid, so it doesn't do exactly the same thing every time. So it is custom for each individual item that we make.
Nice. And I want to ask Ruth, how long does it take you to make one thing like this tic-tac-toe board? How much time do you guys have to put into it?
Maybe 2 days.
2 days?
It can be. Some items can be 2 days. Some can be hours, really.
So is this $1,000 to buy this tic-tac-toe board that you just gave me?
No.
So tell me a little bit, Naomi, I'm interested to know if like a young entrepreneur like yourself knows this. How much does it cost you in like material to make this? And then how much time does it take you to make it? And then like, what are you selling it for? So like, what is this retail for?
That one is probably about $15 to $20.
In material or what you sell it for?
What we sell it for.
Okay. And then how much do you think it costs you in like the resin material, do you think?
Probably $10.
Okay.
I would maybe $10, $12, really like that much.
You got to up your price.
But it comes with like the coloring, the shells, that's all extra and time. So
Okay.
that's why we put it at that much.
And Mom, are you an entrepreneur? Like, does the family have a big entrepreneurial spirit or how did this start?
We do. I have my own business too on top of what I'm helping them with.
What do you give us a shout out to your resumes?
I do taxes. And so I'm
Really boring.
yeah. So I needed an outlet to have that creativity, and so I've really enjoyed being a part of their, business. And so, but there's times I'm the one working and they're sitting on their iPad, and I'm like, wait a minute, what happened here?
Mom can't do the work for you unless you pay her.
Exactly.
Ruth, how much do you pay your mom for labor? Do you pay her anything? No? All right, you're going to have to up those prices because eventually you're going to have to pay for somebody to take over for your boss. Ruth, besides loving your sister and kind of seeing what they're doing, why did you want to do part of this? Like, are you making some of the money? Do you just like working with your hands? Like, tell me why you're part of the business.
Tell what you do though.
Yeah, tell us what you do.
I paint, I do clay, I try and make earrings.
She's made some really cool magnets.
Yeah.
She's got her own little thing that she's like focused on. She does painting. She does like textured painting and all on her own. Like,
are you pretty creative? Do you have like a good eye for this stuff?
I think so.
Nice. And Naomi, what's the name of the business so people can look it up on Etsy and Facebook and stuff?
It's Faith and Hope Design.
And how did you come up with that name?
My middle name is Faith or Hope. Sorry. Then hers is Faith. And we were like trying to figure out because we wanted something that was like us. So then we picked our middle names to do it. So
that's cool. And how long ago did the shops go online, or how long have you been selling stuff?
6 months?
Yeah. 5 months. I've been on Etsy for 5 months. Yeah.
And do you want to tell us how much money you've made?
We've made about 1,000 to 300. Yeah.
And how much of that have you put back into the business to buy more resin, and like how much you get to keep to buy candy and fun stuff like that?
We're like waiting. We're keeping it right now so that when the holidays are over, we can have more for the next season, summer, all that stuff.
Nice. So what's next on the list for like summer that you're going to start? What are some other things you want to start dabbling in or start designing?
Earrings. I'm trying to get 3D ice cream earrings. Trying to work on the cone to make it perfect, waffle, all that. So I've been trying to work on that for like a couple months.
And are you doing that all by hand? And then and then what'll happen after you make it by hand? Like, will you turn it into a mold or something so you can make a lot of these, or will they all be washed?
So I actually gave that idea the other day. I was like, what if we make something and buy the mold putty to make it so I have that as a mold so I can make more? And that was just an idea. I'm trying to find a certain mold to make the waffle design so I can make the cone.
And Ruth, who are you selling these things to? I'm sure your family have bought some, but who do you want to be selling to?
Celebrities.
I like where your mindset is. Celebrities don't buy stuff. You have to send them ones for free and then hope they wear it. Who would be your favorite celebrity to be wearing your earrings?
How
about you, Naomi? Who would your favorite celebrity be?
To be honest, Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Kardashians, because I make modern earrings too.
Okay.
So yeah, it'd be like really cool.
Nice.
I think I would go with Taylor Swift because if she's the bigger celebrity, then more people would see that.
Yes, that's a good point. If you get Taylor Swift to wear a pair of earrings, you're going to sell 1 million pairs of them. And then you and your mom and your sister will be doing nothing except for making earrings. Are you guys fans of K-pop Demon Hunter? Because that is my daughter's favorite movie right now. She's sitting over there as our studio engineer.
No, we haven't watched that.
Okay.
So
It's pretty good. So if you get your earrings in the cartoon, that would be pretty amazing. Esther, what's like your hope for all this? Like we talked a little bit about, they're like, hey, they want to come on your podcast and we'll talk about, getting it out there to the newsletter so that hopefully people can buy a bunch of this stuff for the holidays. But what happens if, our newsletter goes to 20,000 people? What happens if you get 500 orders?
Well, we will have to work really hard.
Okay.
Our goal is always to make the customer happy. With helping with this, we've had an order that came back and, the earrings got messed up in the delivery. So immediately we remade a pair of earrings for that customer. So I'm teaching them, through all of this is customer satisfaction is key. And being able to make the customer happy is a good thing. And having that communication, when we send out an item that people have bought, we send it with a little extra gift to them, a thank you note, handwritten thank you note, and just to make that little extra touch. So all of that, is parenting and teaching them to be that way with people, not just in business, but in life, really. So.
And why is that important for you to teach them how to run a business?
Because that's, if I had my choice and I could go back and run a business and that be how I made my living, I would do that in a heartbeat. But, having that step right now, as they're so young, to see that and to be able to, implement it, it's a good step for them, I think, and they'll be able to not just, because they have plans, for what they want to do with their future. My husband and I try to push what we want for them to do in the future. But, we want them to succeed and be successful as humans, not just in business, but in life, and so I think that's a good step.
And Ruth, what do you want to do when you grow up? I know that's not a really fair question when you're 10, but right now, what are your goals?
An architect.
Okay, that's very specific. What is it about architecture that interests you?
I just like it.
Yeah? Do you want to design buildings or Ferris wheels or government stuff, or what do you want to do?
Tell them what you wanted.
Houses.
Houses? You want to design houses?
Yes.
I've never met a 10-year-old that wanted to design houses whose mom wasn't a realtor, so that's very specific and very cool. I was actually just talking to Gabriel, my 9-year-old, about this the other day. He really likes the Mark Rober kits where you can build all the engineering stuff. And I'm like, it's great. You just got to catch up on your reading, your math, because engineering is like a pretty tough degree. And he loves playing with his hands, but he loves building stuff. So, he might be there right with you with engineering and architect school. What about you, Naomi? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a forensic scientist.
Okay.
So
Also very specific. Tell me more. Why is that?
well,
You can say.
my dad, he works for Metro.
Okay.
So he's like, you really should start getting into that. And I like science. I've been doing science in school. And I'm like, I want to try to do that. So I think it's fun. I ask questions like, why is this? What's that? With the news too, like getting those things. I was like, what's that mean? What's this for? All that. So yeah.
So do you watch like a lot of crime dramas yet?
No,
Okay.
it's the news, like the art, like those stuff, like what happens in the news, like on TV. I'm like, what's that mean? And he's like, this and that.
And what does your dad do for Metro?
He's a lab
Evidence technician.
Yeah.
And does dad get stuck making resin toys as well?
No. He
He
takes a picture.
takes a picture.
Take some pictures.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, everybody needs marketing.
Yeah.
So either Ruth or Naomi, tell me what's been the hardest so far about owning a business and dealing with customers.
Think timing, really. Making sure our deadlines are like for the holidays. Right now, we're getting our Christmas stuff ready. So I'm working on Christmas stuff, and I have to make sure I get it at a certain time so it goes out. And the shipping, making sure we get it so the customer is happy.
And have you had any unhappy customers yet?
Two? One?
This one.
One?
And you just got them something out new in the mail as soon as possible?
Mhm, yeah.
Cool. And how about you, Ruth? What's been the most interesting part about being part of this business?
How many orders we get?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Are you getting most of them off of Etsy or Instagram or from people you know?
Etsy.
Etsy, yeah.
Yeah.
What made you want to open an Etsy store, Naomi?
I think just how much we've had.
Uh-huh.
Like, I made so many coasters and I didn't know what to do with them. We were trying to figure it out, and then the earrings too. So that's why we really opened it. So
Yeah, she's
And-
been the driving force behind it for sure.
And are people just finding you on Etsy because people are looking for unique stuff, or are you like advertising your Etsy link? I've never been on Etsy.
Etsy, you have to, I've gone to a class about it. So there is marketing that takes place. And so I help drive that part of it because, she's just working on getting it done. Right. So, but they have certain wording and certain phrases that you have to use to get you to the top of the list. And so I've been able to do that to drive the customers to our store. So,
And having just launched this a couple like months ago and having proof of concept and you're actually selling stuff, like how big do you think this could be? Are you going to need to enlist your friends to come over after school and do resin, or like what would be the goal? How many units of stuff do you think you can sell per month before you have to go find some help?
other than your mom.
Yeah, other than your mom. Yes. So how long before you're hiring your girlfriends from school to come over every day for project time?
probably maybe a couple months, maybe 2 years at least, a year or two. I mean, I don't know. It's so much we do right now. At the pace we're at, we probably say months.
Months before you need extra help. Time to raise those prices. If you're at high demand, just make the price go up. Like you might sell less units, but you'll make more money.
Yeah.
And how big do you think this can get? Do you think they could be fulfilling 100 orders a month, 500 orders a month? Like, I mean, I just have to think if you're brand new in the business and you're already getting like 30 orders a month, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, I started because I was out of work at the time. And so now I have a job and other than the taxes. And so now this is just a outlet for me too. So I think that, if we have that, we're going to change our focus a little bit and be able to, get those orders out for people. So I don't know. It's unlimited really. So we're open.
Wow.
We're open to whatever happens.
Ruth or Naomi, do you know what the word margins mean when it comes to your business? Are you familiar with that word?
I feel like I should know.
Wow. So this is a really important word that you have to know. It's the margin of basically like how much is the profit that you're making. So let's say it costs you $10 in material for the resin and the seashells and all that stuff. And then your time is worth something, right? So like whatever you want to get paid an hour, $5 an hour, $10 an hour. So then you got to calculate the hours. So if between your hours that you worked plus the material, it's $25 and you sell it for $30, then your margin is $5. So you got to start tracking that on a spreadsheet. So, like, I don't want to work for free. I've made that mistake before I started businesses where like a year later, I realized, oh, I'm working for free. I didn't charge enough, or I'm spending too much on marketing, or I'm spending too much on supplies. So yeah, you got to keep an eye on that. Where are you getting all your supplies right now?
Amazon, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby, all the craft stores.
And what's the most money you've spent on the supply so far?
Resin.
Whatever.
Yeah. How much is resin?
We get the gallons. So that's like 20.
It's like 32 cents an ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I knew how much an ounce was, I might be able to do the math. But it's like, hey Siri, how many ounces in a gallon? What else? What other products are you gonna start making besides the ice cream earrings? And like, do you want to do a whole lot of products that are unique and so you can charge more, or do you want to get to the point eventually where you're making 500 tic-tac-toe boards a month?
That's up to you.
I mean, whatever, really. Whatever's.
So let me just step in here.
Yeah.
She has some pumpkin pie earrings that she made. And at first, she put them on there and we were like, okay, I don't wear earrings. So she got a couple orders and then another couple and then another couple. And so she started making more. And I said, what? So she actually makes a little pie and bakes it in the oven and cuts it into the slices. So right now, when we left the house, she was working on a pizza. She's going to make slices of pizza. And so it's something unique. I didn't know there was a demand for that, but she's found her little niche for that. So, and people love them.
You might start out with tic-tac-toe boards, but then the market will tell you what they want.
Yeah.
If you're selling 2 of these, but you're selling 30 pizza earrings, well, I guess now you're the pizza earring girl.
Yeah.
Right? What do you like making the most, Ruth? Of all the things that you guys have made, what's your favorite thing to make?
Magnets.
Magnets? Are those selling?
We don't have them on Etsy yet.
Oh, okay. Well, when do they go on Etsy?
I don't know.
How many magnets have you made?
Maybe like 100
100? What's the design?
little cookies.
Little cookie magnets? I will buy some cookie magnets from you, okay? So send me the link. Do you want some cookie magnets, Selena? Yeah. See a big smile on her face. Yeah. So it's kind of cool because you guys can put out a lot of different stuff and then the market will just talk to you and tell you what they want to buy, right? I have a friend that was doing a lot of content on social media, some for business, some for where he was living in St. Louis. And then what he found is when he went down to Lake of the Ozarks, where he had like his summer home, that was the content that was getting a lot of views and interaction. So over the last 2 years, he's moved his whole life to Lake of the Ozarks. He only does Lake of the Ozarks, and now he's getting a ton of money. I can't say how much, but a ton to be like the go-to influencer in Lake of the Ozarks and show properties. And now he's doing like the boat shows and he's getting a bunch of contracts to highlight the restaurants and stuff. And he had no intention of moving full-time to Lake of the Ozarks, but like the market just told them what they wanted and they wanted more Lake of the Ozarks stuff. So just, I would encourage you girls to put up as much different stuff as you can. And then the market on Etsy is going to talk to you and say, this is what we want. And then just make more of that.
Uh-huh.
So how much money do you two want to make doing this? And what's the first thing that you're going to buy once you balance the budget and you know how much money you can take?
You don't know?
You're working this hard.
Oh, yeah.
You're 15. Like car's got to be around the corner, right?
I have a couple ideas, but I don't know. It'd be a lot to get what I would want.
What do you want?
I don't know. I haven't.
That's okay.
But
Share.
probably a car.
Okay.
Porsche.
Perfect. I really like where your head's at. Okay.
Big top.
Porsche is going to be like $100,000. That is a lot of pumpkin earrings. Let's see. If you make like $7 each, you only need to sell like, I don't know, 3,000. Yeah. 30,000. Sell 30,000 pumpkin earrings and you can buy a Porsche. Although your dad might drive it more than you.
Does. But I mean.
Let's start with a Honda as your first car. Porsche is like a little fast.
I mean, like getting somewhere where we can, like that. Like, I mean, probably small things at first. Like, I don't know what we would probably even spend it on because, like, we're so early still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's probably in a couple of months to think of that.
Okay,
so.
Perfect. You buy a Porsche in a couple of months, we're having you back on. If you buy a Porsche in a couple of months, I'll come work for you, okay? I will quit my job and I will come make resin. How about you, Ruth? What's the first thing you want to buy with your money? Maybe not a Porsche. That might be a little
think I know
aggressive.
what she would want.
Okay. Go for it.
Hockey tickets.
Yeah, that too.
Hockey tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can get silver night tickets. Pretty inexpensive. You might have enough money to do that now. Are you a big hockey fan?
Yes.
Who's your favorite team?
The Knights.
The Knights? How are you? I don't understand this about Vegas because it's so hot, how so many people are hockey fans. How did you become a hockey fan?
When they won the cup.
Yeah, okay, of course. Is your dad a big hockey fan? Is he from like Minnesota or something?
No.
No, you just became a hockey fan?
He never wanted to be a hockey fan.
And you're forcing him to?
Yes.
Okay. How much do you think hockey tickets are for the Golden Knights?
Maybe like $80 each ticket from far away.
Like $380. So to take your whole family, you're gonna have to make $1,000 on these magnets. So you need to sell a lot of magnets.
Yes.
What else are you working on now? Like as part of teaching them how to run a business, we were talking about marketing and having them in the newsletter and whatnot. What other opportunities are you looking at just to kind of get the word out there and see if this can really take off?
I've run some ads on Facebook, and actually yesterday we saw one of the ads, and I took it was on a reel, and so I took a quick snapshot of it, and I was like, look. And so they got so excited, and just being able to have them see their work on Facebook or on social media is something for me to sit back and say, that's pretty cool.
That was cool. Have you guys joined? I'm guessing it's off of your Facebook. Probably don't have Facebook yet. the Living in Henderson Facebook group, a good friend of mine, John Novak, runs it. There's 70,000 local Henderson people in there. And John's very big in giving back to like charities and kids that are starting businesses. So I highly recommend you go on there
Okay.
and post in that group, because I think you guys could get a lot of orders just from people that are in Henderson.
Okay.
So are you shipping out all of your stuff? Have you figured out how to handle shipping?
Yes.
How much does that cost?
That's included in what they, Etsy has it set up to where they include the shipping.
Okay.
So you could either up your price to not charge shipping or, but we've chosen to have them pay for the shipping themselves.
Perfect. Yeah, increase that cost. People are willing to pay for specialty items.
Say where your earrings have landed.
They've gone to Italy,
Mm-hmm.
all over.
Somebody in Italy found you on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did you get pictures from them?
No, but they've gone to Canada. We've had a couple of Canadians order.
And the United Kingdom.
Yeah, United Kingdom, all over the U.S. too. It's pretty cool. It's fun to see how far they go. So
You should put a little insert in your package that says, please take a picture and tag us on Instagram. Do you do that?
Oh, that's a good idea.
we haven't.
Yeah.
You should do that. Just get a little card that goes in there and be like, hey, tag us on Instagram with you wearing your pumpkin earrings, and we'll give you whatever 20% off your next order or something like that, because people really like sharing unique stuff that they've bought, and then it helps get content for you on the Instagram. Who's managing your marketing on Instagram? Okay. All right. I noticed you don't have your ears pierced, do you?
I did, and then they got covered. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. I thought it would be cool in high school to have an earring, and then I realized that was not smart. So I let it close up. But when are you going to get your ears pierced again so you can wear your own products?
Soon.
What about you? Is that okay with Dad to pierce your ears?
I'm scared of it.
Oh, don't be scared. Look, I got tattoos. She's got earrings. We have to poke her ears, because she always has to take out her earrings for jiu-jitsu and soccer. And so we have to re-pierce her ears every weekend. How many times have we infected your ears, babe? Yeah, they'll get a little red because we're constantly having to re-pierce them. So you got to be your own model for your custom earrings. So
I had someone actually, cousin, she took the earrings and wore them to work, and she's like, so many people were like, these are so cool. So it's really
nice.
fun.
So your cousin can be like your influencer and sell for you.
Yeah.
How many followers do you have right now? Whether it's Etsy, Facebook, Instagram, whatnot. Do you know how many people are following you?
We have, it's small, right? Because since we just started, we have 100 on Facebook, and I'd say 38 on Etsy. So
there you go.
Yes.
Good job. You're in charge of the numbers from now on. And then Instagram seems like a great place to grow for jewelry. I have a friend of a friend, an acquaintance, who started a modern jewelry company for men. And he somehow got his necklace around the neck of a football player, and it blew up. And then he got 1 million followers. And I think they recently sold the business for $13-14 million. So he can buy a Porsche. So you gotta start getting some influencers on Instagram. Let me ask you, Ruth, what do you like about the business?
The orders.
The orders. I like you. You're gonna come work for me. You're a numbers person. You like making the money. How about you, Naomi? What do you like?
definitely the money person.
You are the money person?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I think it's the orders too. Getting them, it's so exciting. And then making the items. Just thinking, I'm making these, and then they're gonna go on someone's ear, and someone's gonna wear them, and they're gonna be walking around and showing them off.
Yeah.
That's exciting and cool for me. So
How excited will you be when you're just out and about at the store or down on Water Street, or you're at a hockey game and you see somebody with your earrings on?
very excited and happy. I don't think I'd be able to understand that they're wearing art earrings.
Yeah.
So.
That'll be cool. I can't wait for that to happen to you. Esther, what are some of the reasons why you want to teach your children about entrepreneurship, right? Because they obviously already have very defined career paths: architect, forensic scientist. Probably not going to open your own forensic science business, I would guess. Maybe architecture, you own your own business. But what are some of the lessons and intangibles that you're teaching them about owning their own business that's going to serve them long term in life?
I really think that learning how to interact with each other, they're learning how to be coworkers, and learning that that relationship there versus being siblings, right? Learning how to interact with people that are, they're dealing with people that are a lot older than them, sending earrings out to people all over, or we did a market at Tivoli Village, and they were interacting with, adults, and they're learning how to interact with people outside of our space. And so I think that's going to be crucial for them as they get older and learn how to interact with people, be kind to people, and learning how to do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Naomi, are you working like some farmers markets or some booth shed like this one that you
Yeah, we've
Tivoli market, right?
done a couple. They're craft fairs.
Okay.
We do probably want to try. We're going to try to do a couple more.
Summerlin has that farmers market in their
downtown
Summerlin out there. There was a gal that was killing it. She was selling like the 3D printed, dragons and tchotchkes and stuff like that. And I mean, she was selling a lot quickly. So I don't know how much the booth is there, but you have to, numbers girl, you have to figure out how much does the booth cost and how many of these will we need to sell to make our profit. But that might be a cool way to get the idea out. And if you need a salesperson, Alina is the best at talking to strangers and getting them to buy stuff. So when we do the milkshake stand, what's that? Yes, she walked around to everybody to give them Henderson HQ business cards to subscribe. And she's very good at supporting her brother when he's making milkshakes. She'll just walk into the store next door and be like, who's buying a milkshake? So if you need a salesperson to go hustle, that's you too.
Definitely her.
Yeah, you're definitely the outgoing one who can get people to buy things. So you might not be an architect. You might sell architectural projects or something. What are you learning about running a business? Like what's been kind of surprising, Naomi?
I think it's like working together and trying to, we've all grown, all three of us, understanding each other and figuring things out. So yeah, that's probably one of the things.
What about you, Ruth? What have you learned about running a business?
Money.
All right, you're doing the accounting now, so you keep track of how much money's coming in. I love
on Etsy, when we do make a sale, it makes a little cha-ching, and she's the first. I don't know how, but every time it goes off, she's like, "We made a sale!" No, and so she's like keeping track of that for sure. So she's our.
That's awesome. And do you have a background in like arts or resin, or this is all just kind of happening as it happens?
We just so I followed Naomi. She taught me all about resin. So I'm being humble and admitting that I took lesson from my 14-year-old. So at the time she was 13. So I was.
What got you into resin? Like, was this like a school project or something?
It was a gift I was working on, and I tried it, and I was like, this is actually really fun. So then I started making the coasters.
And who got you the first resin kit as a gift that we need to thank them for this business?
My mom. Actually. So, yeah. And so she made custom with different teams on there. Yeah, like the Dodgers and the Rays and the Knights and UNLV. So she gave those out as gifts. And so that's where it started. And I didn't start at the time. I was like, well, that's her thing. I'm just going to let her be. But when I didn't have anything to do since I was out of work, I was like, hey, so what are you doing there? Can you teach me how to do this? And she did. And so.
Nice.
Been working all three together. So.
How long have you all lived in Henderson?
So I was born and raised here.
Okay.
And so was my husband. And so.
You're like the only two. You might be the only married couple I bet that was like born and raised here.
I know, right? We were both born at Sunrise Hospital. So, yeah.
So how much have you seen this place change over your years here?
A lot. Yeah.
Give us a couple of insider tips. Like what's your favorite restaurant or what's like your favorite little hole in the wall hotspot in Henderson that maybe a lot of people don't know about?
Thanks, Ruth. No pressure. I don't know. So we stay, we stay inside a lot because we also have my son he has Down syndrome and he's got a lot of challenges. So to go out is a challenge in and of itself. So, but I'm just trying to think.
What's your favorite place to eat, girls?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. It's the worst. Other than their Oreo McFlurry, nothing there is good for you.
See, look, you like the Oreo on it.
I like to pretend that the Oreo McFlurry is good for you because I'm a junkie for Oreos, but I don't think that's good for us either. And where do you like to go in Henderson?
In-N-Out, Cane's. Those two places.
Yeah, the kids just did an In-N-Out tour with their school yesterday where they got to go into the kitchen and see how everything is made. And we found out that they sell thousands of burgers every day, and they have to get a delivery every 3 days because the food is made pretty fresh. So everything that you eat there turns over every 2 or 3 days because they just don't have enough space for the fresh supplies. They got a whole lesson on how In-N-Out operates. And I'm a big In-N-Out fan. I like that. What's something interesting about growing up in Henderson that maybe the average person, business owner listening to this podcast that moved here from LA like the rest of us 5 years ago that they don't know? What's a good Henderson local story?
Well, to be honest, we are Las Vegas residents. So, but same thing, right? Las Vegas was what Henderson is now. To see the growth of Las Vegas and Henderson is amazing to me. And we welcome visitors. I'll say visitors because, until you've been here at least 10 years, I think you're a visitor.
Yeah,
so.
I got 6 more years. I lived up here part-time since 2002. We've owned a second home up here. But yeah, we didn't move here full-time till 2021, beginning of 2022. So I got a ways to go before I'm technically local.
And I know that a lot of us are, oh my gosh, this traffic, or oh my gosh, all these visitors here, all these people from California. And, I got to admit, I've said that too, but our city wouldn't be what it is without you people. So I welcome you guys here too. So
nice.
Yeah.
So Naomi, what's some plans to sell? Like, do you want to only sell on Etsy and, through mail delivery, or do you want to do some things to like sell locally?
I think, I think getting our own website and going on TikTok to start, because I know TikTok is very small business, all that. Some of the things I get from there to help us are from TikTok.
Yeah, I've heard TikTok has a pretty robust like small business store, so you can sell directly on there and kind of bypass Etsy and whatnot. What does Etsy take as like a percentage of your sales? Because they've got to make money too, right?
They take 25%.
25%? Holy cow, you gotta up those prices. Well, like everybody's got their hand out. So yeah, if you could go to your own website and that would be interesting. I have a friend that was actually on the podcast. He sells really high-end mountain biking pedals, and he does have a store on Etsy, but I don't think they charge that much for him. So I don't know if it's because of the price point or whatnot, but yeah, there's definitely other ways to sell. And then even our the guy that owns our jiu-jitsu studio that we all go to, he built his own website so he can just sell directly and not give a percentage to anybody else. So, with AI, you can probably make a website pretty easy these days.
Yeah, I've had to learn a lot. I've had to learn how to do all this. So it's a growing experience for me. They're learning how to do more arts stuff, but I've had to learn all the background stuff. So all the social media. I was not a social media person, and so I very rarely ever posted except family pictures and stuff. And so now it's just been a learning experience. So.
That's awesome. Who's going to be your next employee when you get to like 100 or 120 orders a month?
Dad.
Dad, get your resin gloves ready. Do you have any friends at school that you could pay maybe like $6-7 an hour to help you build stuff?
Yeah, maybe a couple.
Yeah.
Might join.
We're about to have a gentleman on the podcast. He was in high school when COVID hit. And so he was bored. He just read a bunch of business books and he watched a bunch of business videos on YouTube. And he started looking on AI and Google. What are things that like contractors or handyman won't do in Vegas? And so he started a trash hauling business where they tear down sheds and they saw up jacuzzis and just get rid of stuff that people don't want anymore, or he'll clean out garages or whatnot. And I don't think he would mind me sharing this with you guys. He's 19 or 20, and I think his business is approaching making like $200,000 this year. And he bought like a custom, I don't know what you call it, trailer that he can dispose stuff quicker and has a hydraulic lift on it. And now he hired a few of the people that he went to high school with to work for him, and he's killing it. And you should not decide this because what you two want to do, you have to go to college. But he's decided he's even going to forego college and just build this business and get more trucks and more trailers and stuff. So there's a huge opportunity out there in Vegas if you want to sell locally or sell on Etsy or build your own website. Like, I think you guys can do it and make a ton of money. I see your eyes lighting up when I say that you can make a ton of money.
I've been surprised that we haven't had anything from Etsy to our local area at all.
Interesting.
At all. It's been, the closest has been, I think, Utah or Arizona. That's been the closest. And then out from there.
Time to get on those local Facebook groups, because there's 5 different Facebook groups that are like buy or sell in Henderson, or things to buy in Henderson, or Henderson locals, or Henderson local businesses. So if you two start doing some videos about the stuff you're selling and like kind of taking videos of the journey of you making stuff, because that's interesting, right? I have no idea how resin works. I have no idea how you made this cool little X's and O's. Like, you should start filming yourself doing some work and then putting that up. Are we starting already?
We've started, so we're getting there.
Nice.
Getting there. Yeah.
What happens as a business gets so big and then you're ready to go to college to go be a forensic scientist? Are you going to sell it? Is your mom going to take it over? Is your sister going to take it over?
I think we'd keep it. I think we'd all still work around it. I mean, like, I don't know. I can't imagine like stopping, because it's so much fun. I enjoy making the earrings.
What would you want people to know that are buying your products? What would you want them to know about you, or how hard you all are working?
That they're definitely made with love and care.
That's good. How about you, Ruth? What do you want to say about the business, or what do you want to say to somebody that's thinking about maybe buying your stuff?
Please get it.
Okay. I like it.
She's pretty direct.
You're direct. You're going to be a good salesperson. When you get a little bit older, I got some good sales books for you. Mom, what are like your parting thoughts on either how proud you are, or how hard they're working, or just what's going on with the business?
You asked them a question. You asked Naomi what's going to happen if at college time, I know that my husband and I have both talked about this, that we're fluid, and if they choose to hold off on college, obviously that's the direct path that everybody wants their kid to take, is go to college. And this is, but we're not staunch in that. We're open to whatever God has for them, wherever their path is to go. And so we want to encourage them and be their cheerleader. I'm always their biggest fan, and I'm always cheering them on and congratulating them when somebody puts in a review on Etsy for her earrings, or favorites it. And it's like, yay, and so I'm always there to help encourage. And I think that's a big thing for this age, to hear that and to get that encouragement from their parents.
That's awesome. Does your mom ever yell at you because products aren't going out fast enough? No? Okay. Well, we will put up all the links to it. What's either the Etsy or the Facebook or the Instagram? Is it just Faith and Hope Design, or what is it?
Faith Hope Designs with a Z on Etsy. So I'll have to send you that for sure.
Faith Hope Designs with a Z. And what about on Instagram?
On Instagram is just our personal Instagram. So I haven't set up a new one for them. But
we'll go there.
Facebook has Faith and Hope Designs.
Also with a Z?
No, that's with an S.
Okay, that's with that. Okay, we'll make sure we get everything up. Yeah. Go to the show notes if you want to order something and support Ruth and Naomi and their journey as entrepreneurs. And when you guys are making like $10,000 a month, I'm going to have you back on to see how many employees you have and how much you've raised your prices, okay? All right, congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Scott Groves with the Henderson HQ podcast. I hope you got something out of that episode. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast. It really helps the show grow. And by the way, if you are a business owner, or you know a business owner who has an interesting product, service, or just an interesting backstory, please get in touch with us. Email us at thehendersonhq@gmail.com. We would love to interview you, because that's what this show is all about. It's about building community, supporting local, individually owned businesses, and just making Henderson a great place to live. And don't forget, go to hendersonhq.com and make sure you sign up for our newsletter. We send out a once-a-week newsletter, no spam, about the most interesting local businesses, hotspots, restaurants, community events. Thanks for watching the show. Really appreciate you.